How much impact the mass deportations Trump administration is doing will hurt the economy short-term or long-term. Imagine an economy where suddenly everyday services become luxuries, not because of soaring demand, but because there's no one left to roll up their sleeves. This isn't a plot from a dystopian novel. It's a looming reality as mass deportation plans threaten to reshape America's economic landscape under the Trump administration. Short-term impact. The short-term economic repercussions of mass deportations can manifest rapidly and disrupt multiple sectors. Labor shortages are the most immediate and apparent effect, particularly in industries reliant on immigrant labor, such as agriculture and construction. These sectors are integral to the U.S. economy, not only in terms of output, but also in maintaining supply chain stability. Labor shortages and production delays. The potential impact of mass deportations on the U.S. economy can be quantified by examining how such policies could lead to labor shortages across vital sectors. The Brookings Institution estimates that in 2025, U.S. GDP growth could decrease by 0.1 to 0.4 percentage points, translating to an economic contraction of $30 billion to $110 billion due to these shortages. Labor shortages would significantly delay production timelines across industries reliant on immigrant labor, such as agriculture and construction. This delay is exacerbated as employers struggle to fill positions, often forced to offer higher wages to attract domestic workers, which may still not meet the demand. The increased operational costs due to higher wages and the inefficiencies of inexperienced new hires would further strain businesses, reducing their competitive edge and output. Inflationary pressures. Across the economy, the Joint Economic Committee Democrats have highlighted that mass deportations could significantly increase inflation, with estimates suggesting price hikes could reach up to 9.1% by 2028. Impacting critical sectors such as agriculture and construction. These sectors are foundational to the economy, not only for their direct output, but also for their role in the supply chains that feed into other industries. The inflationary pressures would likely extend beyond these directly impacted sectors, rippling throughout the economy. For instance, as costs in construction and agriculture rise due to labor shortages, the prices of homes and food products would increase. This would subsequently affect the retail and service sectors, where heightened living costs and diminished disposable incomes could lead to reduced consumer spending. Such a contraction in spending could slow overall economic growth, potentially tipping the economy into a recessionary state. These broader economic slowdowns would have significant impacts on sectors like automotive, technology, and hospitality. Housing market disruptions. The deportation of a substantial number of construction workers poses a direct threat to the housing market. Their sudden absence is likely to cause delays or even cancellations in housing projects, further exacerbating the current housing shortage crisis. This disruption could lead to a significant increase in housing prices, making homeownership less affordable for the average American. The ripple effects of these disruptions would be felt across the real estate market and extend to related industries such as home furnishing and real estate services. As new housing developments stall, the demand for interior furnishings, home appliances, and real estate brokerage services would decline, leading to economic stress in these sectors. The projected increase in housing costs could also deter new home buyers, slow down the turnover rate of existing homes, and decrease overall market activity. The long-term effects could include a downturn in property values in areas heavily reliant on new constructions and potentially lead to a broader real estate market correction. Wider economic impact. The construction industry's slowdown due to mass deportations can trigger significant ripple effects across multiple sectors, profoundly impacting the economy. When construction projects are delayed or cancelled, there is a direct decrease in demand for home-related goods and services. This reduction affects manufacturers and retailers within the home furnishing sector, leading to potential losses in revenue and job cuts. Such a downturn in one sector can cascade to others, exacerbating the economic impact. Decreased demand for raw materials. Reduced construction activity leads to diminished demand for raw materials such as timber, cement, and metals. This decline impacts the broader manufacturing sector, which relies on steady orders from construction to maintain production levels. Industries that produce these materials may face decreased production rates, leading to layoffs and reduced economic activity in regions dependent on these industries. Long-term impact: economic contraction and reduced consumer spending. The long-term economic consequences of mass deportations could dramatically shrink the US GDP by up to 6.8%. This notable decline reflects not just the immediate loss of labor, but a more widespread decrease in consumer spending. As families are broken apart and individuals deported, the overall consumer base contracts, leading to lower sales across all sectors, from daily necessities to luxury items. This shrinkage in consumer demand can deepen and prolong economic downturns, especially affecting industries that predominantly rely on domestic markets for their sales. This contraction impacts businesses large and small, leading to a cycle of reduced earnings and further layoffs, which exacerbates the economic downturn. Retail sectors, automotive industries, and consumer electronics, all of which rely on robust consumer spending, would face severe challenges. The resulting economic stress could lead to increased government spending on social services, even as tax revenues decline due to lower overall economic activity, thereby increasing national debt and potentially leading to austerity measures in other critical areas like education and infrastructure. Labor market disruptions and loss of productivity. The exit of a significant number of skilled workers due to mass deportations presents profound challenges in sectors like technology, agriculture, and construction. These industries may face severe labor shortages that could not only hinder day-to-day operations, but also stall long-term innovation and growth. The loss of skilled workers means a drain on institutional knowledge and specialized skills that are not easily replaced. Companies might respond by increasing automation, which requires upfront investment and could lead to further job losses in the short term. Alternatively, businesses might relocate parts of their operations overseas, seeking more reliable labor markets. This shift could reduce the U.S. competitiveness and diminish its role as a global leader in innovation and technology. The ripple effects could weaken the interconnected supply chains and negatively affect the service industries and the broader economy. The future of the U.S. with Hispanic immigrant workers. Hispanic immigrant workers play a crucial role in industries such as agriculture, construction, hospitality, healthcare, and manufacturing. As the U.S. faces labor shortages, especially with an aging workforce, Hispanic workers will be essential in filling these gaps, driving productivity and sustaining industries that heavily depend on immigrant labor. As their population grows, their political influence will also increase, leading to stronger representation in local, state, and federal politics. Policies on pathways to citizenship, work permits, and labor protections will shape their integration into society. Additionally, their entrepreneurial spirit contributes significantly to new business creation, boosting job opportunities and economic expansion. However, their success will depend on policies that promote fair labor practices, education, and economic inclusion. Without these, the U.S. risks stifling innovation, economic diversity, and its long-term competitive edge on the global stage. And there you have it, folks. A deep dive into how mass deportations could reshape our economy in ways we might not even imagine. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video enlightening, and subscribe to stay updated with more insights and discussions.